to a new video. Before we get started, as ever, hit that subscription button and let's roll the intro. Zoom. Yesterday we raced on Zwift. First time we've raced on Zwift for quite some time. And if you haven't seen the video, there's a link here. But yeah, essentially we were meant to race outdoors. It got cancelled, so we jumped on Zwift. Hadn't raced on Zwift for ages. And yeah, did pretty well. I'm happy with the performance. As I expected, definitely was not anywhere near as hard as racing outdoors on the road. And I think that's one of the key things that I've been thinking about for quite some time, is that I race as a sea cat in Zwift, because that's what my power says I am. Because of my weight and because of the power that I can produce, which the weight is still higher than what I'd like it to be. It's much higher than what it was last year, or 2 years ago I should say. Maybe last year's probably about the same, but certainly 2 years ago it's much higher. And unfortunately, threshold power, because of issues with the back, because of inconsistency with training, motivation, everything wrapped in together, threshold is lower than what I'd like it to be. So all of that means that I'm a C. But clearly, when I'm out on the road, the power that I'm having to put out, the effort that I'm having to use is more akin to racing in the Bs. However, from past experience, because I have thought about this a while ago, maybe I should just race in Bs to really smash myself and improve for out on the road. The problem is, if I try to race in the Bs, I'm spat out the back within minutes. And do you know what? That's not a good workout. So, anyway, back in the Cs, and yeah, definitely wasn't as hard. Now, I'm not going to say it was easy, because it wasn't, but it certainly wasn't as hard as being on the road. With that being said, we're going to jump in and do another race on Zwift today. So the issue with yesterday's race that I felt was not as hard was that it was a flat route, a fairly lengthy course. You know, you're looking at, what was it, about five and a bit K per lap. Now that's not a crit. Crit racing is, you know, at the very, very most, you might have a circuit that's like 2 kilometres long, but it's more likely to be a kilometre or a kilometre and a half. And lots of tight turns and twists and flowing corners and what have you. That was not the course that we were racing yesterday. So, a few times I tried to go off the front, not because I wanted to break away, because it's really difficult to break away on Zwift, but more just to test the legs and see where we were and see if other people would follow. And I was just trying to spice things up a little bit, you know. I knew that come the end of the race I'd suffer for that, and I kind of did, because my finishing position wasn't as good as I would have wanted it to be. But that said, I still got a good workout. So today's race should be more like it, because we're in Crit City on Downtown Dolphin, which I've said many times before. That's my favourite course in Crit City. It's one of my favourite courses in all of Zwift to race. I just like that little cobbled climb. It's got just enough punch to make you work. And and it's got a few tight corners. Now there's no braking, there's no accelerating, but it's still, you know, it's as close as you can get to a crit without doing a crit. So that's today's race. We're in the C's. It's category enforcement because this is Zwift's own Z Racing brand. So category enforcement, which they had it well before any of the community race organisers. So we're in the C's, and yeah, should be fun. Type 2 fun. Let's go get on it.
Bit too hard there, bit too hard. Made a bit of a break. We didn't mean to. Coming back together. But as you can see, that tiny little climb, very decisive. We're only on lap 6. So 4.5 still to go. I'm not chasing. Doesn't look like anyone else wants to either. next bit with this feather. Nice. All back together. 6 of us. Well, actually, 5 and a bit. Glaze just off the back. Here we go, last lap. Everything on this climb.
Oh my goodness. So, that was a good race. Back-to-back days racing on Zwift. We haven't done that for a while, but because of our back issues, because of lack of training, and do you know what? Loads of different things. Everything has been on a downward trajectory, and we really wanted to get it back up. So, yeah, that's why we did today's race. Much better. Obviously, much more like a crit, being on Downtown Dolphin. I love Downtown Dolphin. That little rise up the cobble climb is just enough to keep you keen and keep the legs in the game. But it's not enough to... It's not enough to take such a significant part of effort. Well, that's not... What am I trying to say? Based on my weight, it's not a significant enough climb to adversely affect me in a race. That's what I was trying to say. So, yeah, 100 difficulty score. Yesterday's race was only 98, so today's race was in theory harder, but it was also shorter because it was only 19.5 kilometres. We maxed out to 8:35. Again, not a great max power. Average of 2:44, which is pretty good considering threshold at the moment is 2:59. Sorry, 2:62 is threshold, because today, boom, today was a gold breakthrough. So we've gone up from 2:59 to 2:62. So moving in the right direction. What can I say about the race? Do you know, there was a few little digs, few little attacks. The winner, the guy who ultimately ended up winning, was stretching it quite a lot, especially coming down through the rollers, hitting his aero and just getting that gap and just trying to stretch people. And then others were trying to stretch it on the climb. Not necessarily trying to stretch it on the climb, but over egging the power, hitting the feather up, obviously dropping that weight and just cruising through the line. He obviously went at the end. I just didn't have enough. I did not have enough to keep on the wheel. So ultimately away, but happy with the sprint and happy to ultimately take second on the line. So another success. I should say success, because at the end of the day, it's just a bit of fun. It's just a bit of training. It's always nice to get that result. Just like outside racing, okay, there's a slightly more of a purpose to that, because you can pick up points, and obviously if you hit the threshold for the points, you can move up a category. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's all about having fun. It's nice to get the points. It's nice to be in the top 10, but it doesn't really matter as long as you're racing well, keeping yourself fit and having fun doing it. But today, second overall, so happy with that. That's going to be it for today's video. Tomorrow is... what is tomorrow? Some sort of workout, I can't remember. So, yeah. Food, water, sleep, recover, get ready and go again tomorrow. If you've enjoyed the video, as ever, drop me that thumbs up, because you know I appreciate the support. Hit the like button, smash it, tickle it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you don't already do so. And most importantly, turn on the notification bell, because I'm hopeless at keeping up to my schedule and always posting the videos on a Wednesday. So if you turn on the notification bell, you'll get the notification once I put a new video up online. So with that being said, take care of yourself, keep those hands clean, look out for each other, and I'll see you soon for some new videos. Right on. Zoom.